What's up, everybody? It's your favorite day of the week, and that is a new episode of the MLO Project. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's actually our favorite day of the week because then we get to just talk shop and bring you guys value of a certain topic. And we got a doozy of a one today because it's something that we see quite a bit, and it is the foundation of everything that we are building here at Empower. So, welcome to this episode. Michael, my fearless co-host. How's it going, brother?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk about this. This was a long, like emotionally exhausting week in multiple different ways.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I'm with you, man. This is like my favorite day of the week. I'm feeling refreshed, recharged. I'm excited, dude. I'm ready to go.
Good. Because we got a doozy of a topic, my friends, and that is talking about Go High Level, which is probably a shocker to all of you that we're actually going to mention this, but it's important because we announced a few things, couple podcast episodes ago, but there's been a lot of stuff happening. And guys, first of all, let me just like give you like the information of like, this isn't going to be like, oh, here's all of our new services and go buy them. That's not what this is about at all. We're not going to turn this into a Guinness Book of World Records Hermosi book launch. We'll pare it down for all of you, but honestly,
it's more like one of those posts, like, let us reintroduce ourselves, right? Like, consider it like that, right?
Yeah, but it plays into a lot of different things, right? And so, and it ties in a lot of different topics that we've had. But one is, guys, look, if you haven't heard about Go High Level from somebody or someone asking it in a Facebook group or whatever, it's like one of the fastest growing platforms in our industry because everyone's seeing the value and everyone's seeing what they could do with it. There are some pretty large, some people we could talk about, some people we can't, that are using it, that we're helping out. And I'm telling you, like, people, there is an investment and a movement going of switching over from what we call like the traditional players, the antiquated players is more apt to put it, to
the outbound players
to high level. And that's why, and I'm gonna have Michael talk a little bit about that. But what we did is we launched High Level for Mortgage Pros, or what we call HL4. And what that is, and actually I can have Michael get into it, but essentially, guys, look, one thing that we've looked at from where the value is and what we provide, and that is being a true advocate and a true expert on the high level platform, right? That's like number one and number two. Number three is being both of those for loan officers and the mortgage industry using the high level platform. That is the mission. And everything else that we do that you're going to see us go, because we're just getting started with this and we have some fun announcements and things about that. But ultimately, it's about making sure that loan officers finally have a partner that can help them in any facet of getting what we feel is one of the most important tools to have up and running in their business, because it's one of those things that continues to just be like an afterthought or whatever. And most of it, as Michael and I were talking prior to, press and record on this episode, a lot of it has to do is that every loan officer essentially is left to their own devices when it comes to like how to figure out how to use any CRM, right? How do I use it? What should I tie into it? And we're going to do another episode on like systems and processes, but like, but that's what it is. And or they learn from someone that really doesn't know anything. And it just becomes this endless circle of paying for something that doesn't get used, even though it is one of the most important things in your business, especially now to have. So Michael, like, hit me with the mission, hit me with kind of what we launched. What's that look like? What are we providing to the industry? And more importantly, like, why does it matter? Why should loan officers care about what's going on right now?
Yeah, 100%. Well, like you said, we kind of live at the intersection of like high level expertise and mortgage industry expertise. Mm-hmm. And that's a great spot to be right now because of how popular high level is becoming in the mortgage industry. But at the end of the day, the reason why we are all in on it is because we feel like high level is the best platform. I think I've said this on a previous episode where it's like, hey, if there's anybody that can prove to me that there's a better platform for the independent mortgage originator for managing their leads, marketing their mortgage business, if anybody can show me a better platform, like, let's make a deal. Like, I'll start promoting the shit out of your platform, because ultimately at the end of the day, what I want is like my passion, like on a personal level, my passion is it, like I get off on like helping the little guy, on like David and Goliath stories. I love like I think I've talked about this too, because I remember talking about the Fiesta Bowl, the 2007 Fiesta Bowl between Oklahoma State and Boise State. And if you don't remember that game, that was a Cinderella story, a David and Goliath story, like through and through. And that was as a kid, like, you know, I was 13 or some shit when I watched.
You mean Oklahoma, not Oklahoma State.
Oh
Oklahoma,
yeah, you're right. U of O Sooners.
Yeah,
Sorry. Wow. Yeah. Huge faux pas there. My bad. The Sooners. Yes. And so anyways, watching that's, just another extension of like, man, I love seeing small business kick big businesses ass, period. And so that's one of the reasons why I've been so passionate, or the reason why I'm so passionate about HighLevel in the mortgage industry. So what's our mission? What's our goal? And this is something that you and I have been talking about for a year now. Like, our goal is to make HighLevel the #1 used CRM in the mortgage industry. And that'll be our mission until we find a platform that does it better for loan officers. And why is that? Why is HighLevel so great? Because there's never been a system that allows a loan officer to consolidate so much of their daily workflow into one place. I've talked about this before. It used to be your most valuable time in your business was spent away from your desk. And I truly believe that over the next 10 years, the most valuable time in your business will be spent inside of the HighLevel platform, or something like HighLevel if something better comes along at some point in the next 10 years. So what this means is, although we started with Empower LO, although Empower LO is still going strong, and we're still supporting our LOs through there, ultimately, over time, we've seen there are so many more loan officers using HighLevel than we would even like want to support on Empower LO. Like, that's like Empower LO. Like, we were never trying to be the biggest CRM in the mortgage industry. Like, we just want to get HighLevel in more loan officers' hands, period. And so the best way to do that, in our opinion, is to have a white label agnostic, we'll call it, right? Because HighLevel is a platform that's white labeled by a lot of different companies and offered as like a standalone product. So we wanted to roll out a agnostic community that anybody using the HighLevel platform, whether it's on a white label on your own HighLevel agency platform, or it's one provided by your company. Like, there are more and more companies that are providing this as like your company provided CRM. So if that's you, this group is for you as well. We wanted to create a space where all of those people could get together and just share ideas, tips, tricks, updates from HighLevel. That's one of the things we do every week. We release a video going over all the new shit from HighLevel. We wanted to create a space where anybody can go and talk about that and not get bombarded with solicitations of like, no, this white label is better. This white label is better. Like, we don't even talk about Empower in the group at all. Like, there's almost no talk about that unless we get one of our clients coming in and asking a question, in which case we kind of direct them and like, hey, yo, part of Empower LO benefit is you get this. Here's what that looks like. But outside of that, like, we don't freaking care. We don't care whether you think that, Rad's the best, or your Cerberus setup, or your own setup, or the one that you get through, CMS or Realpha or whatever. Like, it doesn't, like, none of that shit matters to us. What matters is like, you're a loan officer, you have access to HighLevel. Like, let's make sure you fucking crush it with it, period.
Yeah. And guys, the way that looks like is when we're talking about agnostic, because some of you maybe you know what HighLevel is, maybe you don't, but there's a lot of different, players in the HighLevel space. Some are good, some aren't good at all. And that's the problem, is that because anyone can stand up at a HighLevel agency, right? There is no barrier of entry. anyone could do it. Anyone could stand up and just say, here you go. I've created
$500 a month is the max plan with HighLevel. $500 a month if you wanted to have unlimited sub accounts, rebill people, everything. So it just to that point, anybody could do it.
And anybody could do that, right? So it doesn't cost. And if you want to like really go crazy, white label, I think it's $9.97 with all like the extra add-ons and shit like that.
$497.
Oh, is it $497? Oh, okay.
Most LOs have the 97 or the 297.
Yeah.
$497 is the max, like the Cadillac plan.
Yeah.
With HighLevel, which is crazy.
And you think about like what you're paying for your CRM and stuff like that. And so when we look at it from like where can we offer that is like we offer, support, we offer snapshots that basically have like, if you guys don't know what that means, it's basically like, hey, let me throw in all the content, all the workflows, all the automations, all the settings, all the things that I need. So that way you don't have to fumble through figuring it out. We just offer it. And again, like Michael was saying, it doesn't matter who you're with to be able to utilize our expertise. And that's where we want to position ourselves as being the experts of HighLevel, whereas other companies, and this isn't a dig, so I don't want to take this as a dig, but other companies, what they're trying to do is either become like a CRM company, right? Or they're like, hey, I'm doing coaching and then I'm using the HighLevel platform to kind of like do that and then help people use HighLevel and whatnot. But ultimately, one thing that Michael and I have known through our years in this industry, and all different facets, is that every loan officer is different. Every has an idea of like what they want to do. And with what we do, we're able to help you connect to your LOS. We're able to, bring in your automations, workflow. Like we are the experts regardless of whether you're using our platform. That's what differs us. Now, Empower LO is that kind of that done with you, done for you offering for someone that's like, hey, look, I'd rather just get like everything done. So like, I don't have to, because like the HighLevel for mortgage pros really is more of a DIY, right? Like, DIY, right? What did I say? DIY. DIY, right? It's something. And because you have to do a lot of it yourself. I mean, is there support? Sure. But like, there's no like, there isn't like some like in-depth hand holding and stuff like that to get started. Now it's at a very low price point. So that's why. But some people are like, hey, I'd rather just do it and figure it out and do it myself. Great. Like, so we have an offer for you. Like, I need this. Great. We have an offer for you. And then if someone wants to graduate to something, that's done for them and with them, and cool, we have that offer too. But ultimately, that isn't the mission. The mission is like, how do we get more people using HighLevel? How do we get more people seeing the power of this? I could tell you right now, if I was still running my IMB, I would have been ditching the CRMs that I was using through the industry and deploying this, because there's so many different things that you could do. You could do education, training courses through it. You could run your intranet off of it. You could put your website on it. You have funnels. You have landing pages. You have the marketing campaigns.
You could create social media templates.
Social media, all the different, like there's so many different things you could do with it, and at such a cost that no one really could compete with. And that's the plan. Is like we see that there's so many opportunities for loan officers to save money, to save headaches, to be a part of a community of driven loan officers that are all, even if they're that's the thing, is that like you can't go into like a CRM boot camp through like, let's call it like the Total Expert or Surefire, and like you couldn't do that and just get the same value if you're on Surefire and let's say like it was a follow-up boss type CRM boot camp, like you're not going to get the same value out of it. Like you're not going to get the same value if you're on Total Expert or Bonzo or any of the other ones. This is a community to where like no matter what if they're with Rad or Cerebus or Empower or LO Ninja or whoever, like they're all on the same platform. They're all going to learn from each other. And that's one thing that just isn't replicated anywhere in the mortgage industry. And so that's where I see the power, is that like, hey, this allows us to bring technically competitors together, just like the brokers do with like, like they're all competitors, but we're all part of one community in AIM, right? Like this is an extension of that, is like now this is one community of HighLevel, no matter who you're with. And that's our ultimate goal. And again, like I said, this isn't a dig saying like our way's best, but our mission's different than other players, right? Like our mission is different. And if you're with those competitors, cool. Like you could still be a part of our community too. Like there is no overlap of anything. It just, if anything, it's an enhancement for that.
And that's one of the beautiful things about HighLevel, is like they're like, I like, that's, I just keep bringing up these like almost like one-liners that I'm like, I know I've said this shit before, but like, I love, I'm not a huge fan of competition in the traditional sense. Like, I'm a fan of competition with myself. I'm a fan of like being the best that I can be. I'm a fan of winning. Um, but I'm not a fan of like zero sum winning, as in like I win, you lose. I'm not a fan of I don't like interacting with people on that level. I don't like, it's not that I'm like not confrontational. I don't know what it is, but like I just would prefer a competitive environment where like I'm competing with a bunch of people I like and we're lifting each other up, and we're building a legit community. And why how does HighLevel tie into that besides our community is that like HighLevel does so many different things, and there's so many different things that you can do with HighLevel that it's not competitive. There's no secrets. It's not like, oh man, like if this person learns about HighLevel and what you can do with HighLevel, then it's going to shrink the pie for me. Like it's not that type of thing at all. It's not a freaking lightning in a bottle lead generation campaign that you don't want to tell any of your friends about. It is a freaking platform that you can do anything on. And in my opinion, it allows loan officers to create their businesses to be the best expression of themselves and like what they want with their business. So in a perfect world, everybody's HighLevel account ends up looking different because everybody like conforms it to how they want their business to run. And now obviously there's, I say they want their business to run. Don't take that as like, hey, like go, you get to go. If you're on HighLevel, you're in fairy tale land where you could just do whatever you want and make money. Obviously there's like solid principles and practices and rules that have to be followed to be able to get success in any endeavor. But HighLevel is truly a like blank slate, so to speak, the blank canvas, so to speak, that allows you to kind of paint the perfect picture of your business. And that allows for, like with those sound principles in place, it allows for a lot of like different looking businesses. I mean, we have Steve Tunn right now. Shout out to Steve. Like Steve's in the process. Like one of the things that we support him with in our relationship with him is he's building out a community online. I think it's called Military Money Movement. I got Kimberly in the other room. She's like hollering. What is that? What is Military Money Movement? What? Okay. Yeah. Something like that. But it's like, it's basically like, what you would see in school, but it's inside of HighLevel. So he's building courses. He's posting about it online and driving traffic into this community. Just like we do with HL4. So to see that, like, nobody could do that. It's not just, for him, it's not just veterans. He's a pilot, and he works with a lot of pilots and markets to a lot of, like, how fucking niche is that? Like, how could you do that? How could you do that if you're marketing in your local market with traditional marketing methods? There's not a freaking chance that you could build a successful business marketing to pilots if you are in one area and not leveraging every digital marketing tool you can find. But he has HighLevel, and that gives him this opportunity to build a really nuanced niche business. And that's one of the things I love about the platform is like everybody gets a place to do that, and we can all do it together.
Yeah. There's Steve's a perfect example. And guys, when we're talking about like community, there's something that we're going to be launching soon. I'm not going to tell you what it is, just going to tease it now. And we're not going to talk about it. But what it does is show you like the depth of what you could do on HighLevel. So we're excited to be doing that. But what we can talk about are some exciting announcements that are happening. And all it does is just go to, it just goes to how popular HighLevel is, the demand for this stuff. Cause we had hundreds of people wanting to come into the community. And in fact, so like guys, you'll see in the show notes, you'll see a link to join the HL4 community for free. It doesn't cost anything. And so we wanted to make sure that we had an initial free offering for everybody so they could get it, so you could at least see it, no risk at all, no obligation, but we know it's exciting. So, you'll be able to check that out. But Michael, let's talk about some of the announcements that we had that's based off of the popularity of HighLevel. We got, we had a couple AIM announcements. And then I want you to talk a little bit about the mastermind.
Yeah. We're excited to be partnered with AIM, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm on top of a mountain right now. Like I went from getting kicked out of the Brokers Are Better group to like just got the notice a couple days ago that I'm going to be speaking in a breakout room at AIM. So full circle moment for me.
Yeah. So
I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank my wife.
What's funny is John texted me because like he sent me a screenshot of you posting that you're speaking at AIM. And so Jonathan Dad, who's the CEO of AIM, he texted me and he's like, tell Michael I'm gonna boot him out of the group midway through his presentation at Fuse.
I just start getting notifications.
Yeah, just start notifications that you've been kicked out of the group. So he said he's going to do that. He's going to wait until you're like mid-session on at Fuse.
That's awesome.
But that's awesome. Like, so yeah, hey, excited. Obviously, I have a personal relationship with AIM, being their head of strategy. But excited to have you guys a part of that. But more importantly, excited that that's being brought to as a special offer for brokers, and then speaking at Fuse, man. So like, I know obviously HighLevel will be the topic there.
Yeah, there were two pieces of that. I skipped over the first one kind of. Yeah, speaking at Fuse at a breakout session, really excited about that. And yeah, we're making it HighLevel. Frazier and I talked about it this morning. We'd originally planned to just, 5 marketing automations to kind of make it a broader appeal, but we've seen the demand. Frazier's seen the demand, and I've definitely seen it too of enough demanding questions around HighLevel that like the breakout session is going to be for those of you guys that are either using HighLevel or interested in HighLevel, period. Yep. Like we're not going to Trojan horse that shit. So
we're all value, by the way. It's going to be all value, not like, hey, HighLevel's this, and then it's only cool if you like sign up for my service, which is I'm sure everyone's tired of that deal, but no, it's going to be 30 minutes of straight value.
Yep, 100%. But in addition to that, we're also a vendor partner now with AIM, which means there's a member exclusive discount. Check the member portal for that, for details on that. For our pro membership, which is fucking cheap as it is, $97 a month, and gets you access to a ton of crazy stuff. But again, like Frazier said, the actual community is free. So ignore that piece if you're averse to pulling out your wallet. It's okay. The free version is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, those two AIM announcements, and then there was another one that you wanted me to.
The mastermind.
The mastermind. Oh fuck yes. Oh man, I forgot that we're doing this. Is sick. Yeah, we just paid the deposit for the space yesterday. Collected our first couple deposits from it, and this is something like it feels weird to talk about it, and this is why I don't talk about it, is because it's like it's by invite only, and we already have our invite list for the most part. I mean, if you feel like you belong in this room, then reach out. Happy to talk to you about it. But it's by invite only, and essentially it's going to be about 15 of us staying here in Boise at this sick house that's built and renovated for this purpose of like hosting a corporate retreat, mastermind, whatever. Freaking lots of rooms, lots of beds. We'll have a private chef cooking up our meals while we're there, so that we don't have to freaking think of anything except for scheming and masterminding around how can we take HighLevel and take our business to freaking crazy new heights using the HighLevel platform. So we'll have some heavy hitters in the room. Really excited about it. Braden Shaw will likely be there. If he's not there, we know for sure Bryce will be, who is basically who's been running Fulcrum while Braden is taking over the world with his influencer business. Finance community. So that, those guys, Roy Burr will be there. A couple, another coach from the core will be there. So lots of really, really cool people in one room, all using HighLevel already, all just scheming and masterminding of like, okay, what's next with this thing? Like, what's our roadmap for the next 12 months? And that's unlike anything we've ever done. I'm so excited for that. That's when we do on-sites, we go out to a business, literally the whole rest of the world melts away for us. And we just do nothing but talk shop and break bread with good people for hours on end. So to have 2 straight days of that in our hometown, we're really excited about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And guys, look, yeah, if you're interested, like we have a wait list already of people that want to talk, because like, you know, as Michael mentioned, it's like going to be a small group, but it's going to parlay into something bigger that we've been talking about doing. So guys, stay tuned, because, you know, if this is something that you guys are wanting to be a part of, people have asked us like, hey, you guys should put on like a full on event that's just high level, you know, like a 1-day power, just talking about high level, have some equality. So we figure like, how do we do this kind of at a smaller scale and make it kind of cool and intimate? And this is part of it. So, you know, we're excited for that. So like Michael said, hey, if you feel like this is the room you want to be at, because maybe not everyone is going to come and attend that we have on the list, or that is already kind of verbally, because sometimes people are like, yeah, I'm then, and then, you know, they're not. So just check us out or email us. We have the contact info in the show notes as well. But guys, hey, I want to thank you for joining us on this episode of the MLO Project. And just like always, you know, let us know, give us feedback, how things are going. Reviews are good, downloads are going great. So all the feedback that we've gotten has been really good, but we want to do more. We got some more interviews coming on the way. You guys seem to like those when we're talking. Maybe just you're sick of hearing me and Michael talk, so it's like, hey, just get anybody. Like, we don't even care if they're good or bad. Just bring someone else's voice for us to listen to. But guys, look, HL4, be a part of the community, man. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And you'll get to see like why we're so passionate about what we're doing here at not just Empower and High Level for Mortgage Pros, but also with the MLO project. So on behalf of Mr. McAllister, I am Frazier. This podcast is empowered and powered by Empower LO, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.